And my last question on this, like, what is co-parenting like for you guys?
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing the reaction of some men to the news that Ciara and Russell Wilson have changed the surname of Future Jr. Now, some days ago, it was revealed by Russell by a post I put online that Future Jr. now has Wilson to his surname. And that news got a lot of people triggered, especially some men. This video is inspired by a particular guy who was so livid that Ciara and Russell Wilson added Wilson to the surname of Future Jr. He called Ciara old, run through, and all kinds of names. He called Russell Wilson a simp. He said that's why people are calling him simp. And Ciara is just Future's baby mama. Anyway, people had a lot to say about the reaction to the fact that Future Jr. now has Wilson in his surname. So in this video, we're going to check out what exactly people are saying, what the men that are against it are saying, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
And then she want to go back to, but he's a loving person and a great husband. I didn't say he's not a great husband. It's amazing what he's doing with Lil Future. Like, the dude is a good human. He is lame still. I don't know if anybody doesn't understand. They're not running me off of this point. Lame is an opinion. She even said it. So who's saying? Because that's their opinion. Yeah. She's from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. She wasn't going to date Russ back in 2000. Evolution, time came forward. She evolved to dating the lame dude. He is a good person, a good human being, but the dude is lame. Y'all know what lame is? Bro, you know how many people... I'm not putting nobody else in my boat because I'm paddling this by myself. I've talked to a number of people that's like, bro, you're right. He's not like that. He's inner city Atlanta dude is not hanging out with Russell Wilson. That's what I'm saying. It's lame. The dude does not. He got that moose shit in his hair. Honestly, bro, y'all looking around because y'all even know I'm right. The dude is not a cool person. But that's my opinion. Right. You go find the boys that play at Wisconsin and Nebraska. They'll hang out with us.
See Russell Wilson? This why everybody keep calling you a simp. And I don't care how much Ciara try to take up for you. She ran through it old. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to take up for the good guy, the simp that's come and clean her life up and make sure she look good now. Because Future left your war out. You heard me? Future deemed you.
The day black men put down their microphones would be absolutely amazing. There is nothing wrong with a man getting with a woman who has a child, okay? Y'all got more smoke for Russell than you do Future. Future is the deadbeat. Russell is there. There's nothing wrong with... Matter of fact, hold on. You're talking about that Russell is ruining his masculinity and his legacy. How? A lot of you guys that always say this word legacy, you don't even have a legacy. At least Russell has a legacy to ruin. You don't have one at all. Make it make sense. And then he is secure in his marriage and his masculinity. Y'all masculinity be broken because y'all always the one speaking about what this man doing with Ciara. Ciara in love. He in love. Russell putting it down over there. He got Ciara doing tricks on a goddamn chair talking about my body comes to life. You feel me? And what do you have? Nothing but an opinion on somebody else's marriage. Whoa. Think about that.
She ran through it old. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to take up for the good guy, the simp that's come and clean her life up.
The hate y'all got for Russell Wilson simply taking in a child that wasn't his and loving it like it's his needs to be studied. But honestly, if I had to pinpoint where all the anger comes from, It's gotta be because nobody ever Russell Wilsoned you and your siblings, right? Once your daddy didn't want your mama, nobody came in and wanted her either. Nobody ever came in to take care of you and your siblings. Nobody ever came in and wanted to be a father to you. And that's what you upset about. You would have loved to have had a Russell Wilson. You would have loved to have had a man come step in for your father and treat you like you was theirs. Do all of the stuff with you and take that type of care and love for you. You would have loved that, but you didn't get that. And that's got to be the resentment that you feel as to why you hate this man for being a good man. And let's not forget, y'all got a problem with women who got kids, and you got a problem with women who don't have kids. Because I'm a woman who don't have kids, and I catch just as much crap from y'all for not having kids than a woman who got kids. So there really ain't no winning with y'all, which is the reason why women like myself have chose to opt out of procreating and having more kids to put into this world. Because something wrong with a lot of y'all, right? And no child of mine deserves to have to be here with you. And that's why I won't be having no kids. But to bring the point back home, at least get up off your knees and let Future zip his pants back up. Y'all got to be exhausted trying to take up for this man and make excuses for this deadbeat. Even Young Thug got another prison call in a leak where he called Future a deadbeat, because that's what it is. That man is a deadbeat.
The problem is Ciara and baby Future were never supposed to have this, according to y'all, because she's a baby mama. She left Future, called off their engagement because he cheated, made a broken home, because y'all would blame her for that, put that on her and not his decision to cheat. And she's supposed to suffer and be punished and struggle and never have love because of that. Y'all have devalued her and put that on her. That's why y'all had a problem with with Russell getting with her to begin with. How dare he come in here and take care of and love this baby mama correctly after another man discarded her and their child. Baby Future was supposed to grow up in a broken home, yearning for his daddy, like y'all do. And Ciara was supposed to be lonely and miserable and struggling, like y'all think the rest of us do, like y'all want single moms to do. Because that's our punishment. That's the accountability. And God forbid a guy tricked her into thinking he loved her and they were building a family. She got to carry that. But y'all are mad that a man loved a woman enough that he also loved her child as his own. And why not adopt a boy? He's been taking care of him his whole life, more than his own daddy. Y'all got more anger. Y'all are more triggered by this situation than his own dad. His own dad don't care. So why are y'all mad that someone else chose to do that? It's not your life. It's not your relationship. It's not your money. It's not your kid. Like I've seen other people say in their videos, y'all either want Future or y'all are Future.
Ciara the singer has changed her son Future Jr.'s last name to her husband Russell Wilson's last name. And why do I have a high suspicion that Future Jr. was the one that asked to change his last name? I almost can bet money that her son asked her to change his last name to Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson is truly his father. Future has never been a father to that kid. Mind you, Future's last name doesn't even match his son's anymore. He's no longer Wilburn. He changed his last name to Cash, like the fucking degenerate that he is. Go look it up. So before you deadbeat baby dads get in the comments or try to get on Ciara for making a decision that benefits her son, shut your ass up. Have you seen your child? Have you paid your child support? Y'all always want to cap for the deadbeats because you can relate because y'all a bunch of deadbeats. Future is a deadbeat. Russell Wilson stepped in and raised that boy. And you just need to admit it. Just like a lot of men are doing with your children. Tighten up. It's so crazy how men, and I was looking in the comments of like a lot of the blogs that posted this, and the men are like spiraling in there. And I'm sitting here and like, deadbeats all support deadbeats. Y'all are one and the same. But I'm happy for Ciara. I'm happy for Future Jr. I'm pretty sure he feels complete now that he has his real dad's last name and not that punk ass dad that doesn't even barely remember when his birthday is. I said what I said.
And for Ciara to be able to change Future's last name, his daddy had to sign over it. I mean, his donor had to give up his rights. Somebody mentioned to me when last time they seen Future
with that baby, with that little boy? Why should he be the only person in that house with a different last name? And if he wanted to change it, why would they tell him no? Yeah. Y'all should definitely start minding the business that pay y'all, and it ain't her business. That's her kid that she's been raising this whole time. Her and Russell by themselves. Yeah, this is why I couldn't be rich, because, baby, I got a lot of problems already. Y'all too nosy for me.
Let me go ahead and wrap this up for y'all real quick, because clearly research is fundamental and some of you do not possess the ability to do so. I did an extensive search on the laws around changing a minor's name. And I checked all the places that I know that they have lived. I checked California, I checked Washington State, Colorado, and now New York State. Guess what? In order to change a minor's name, a petition has to be filed, and the other parent, the other biological parent, has to be notified. And that parent can object or consent. And then the judge reviews the petition. So everybody talking about Ciara's a pick-me or Russell Wilson's lame. Future had to be notified legally that this was happening. And he either consented or objected, and then a judge reviewed. Legally, he had to consent and at the very least be notified, so he was a part of that decision-making process. Thank you. Google is free.
The reason a certain group of men troll Russell Wilson is because he sets the standard that many are not willing to reach. And it has nothing to do with his money, his status, or celebrity. It's just to do with his character. If those same men had his celebrity, his money, and his status, they believe that it would give them a license to have poor character, especially when it comes to the women that they date.
When you hear people say Russell Wilson is corny, what's your honest reaction?
Oh my gosh, I don't have to even reply to that. Wait. Who's the man saying it?
Exactly. Who's the man saying it? Because if a man who respects his wife and his family is corny, well then sign me up for corny. Charlemagne sitting there all smug when he has beaten none of the allegations is even more hilarious. Being a good, kind, honorous man does not cost anything, but for the men who berate and hate on Russell Wilson, if they were to try and meet that standard, what it would cost them is the mask that they wear, the facade that they put on. They want the bar kept low so that they don't have to level up emotionally or spiritually, because that would take a certain level of vulnerability and inner work. They can't fathom the fact that Ciara was able to evolve and learn from her mistakes. That mistake being getting with a man who has a character like Future, and because the Russell Wilson trolls see themselves in Future, they take Ciara's rejection of Future as a rejection of them, that weird parasocial relationship that they have got going on. They feel rejected by a woman that they never stood a chance with anyway. I also think that there's a level of projection going on here, because why would you hate on a man so much just because he chose to date a single mother? This is where a lot of the hate comes from. Could it be because they were abandoned and nobody stepped up for them? It's giving, I need therapy and I'm still not over my trauma. Ciara is not jumping from one toxic relationship to the other like some of her other musical peers, because do you notice how the same people who troll Russell Wilson consistently, they don't troll Nicki Minaj's husband? That man has a rap sheet of allegations and charges. They're not calling him corny. I also think that women should stop going on these shows like The Breakfast Club. If you are a Ciara, you're getting invited to the Oscars. What are you doing on a low vibrational podcast like The Breakfast Club? That is beneath you.
Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I love Ciara down, but bitch, that shit on her. I'm not going to lie. Changing your son name, like, that's not just your son. That's you and Future son. So, bitch, you legally changing his name to your husband's last name is just outrageous. It don't matter that y'all married. That shit don't matter. I just wanted did y'all consult with the little boy and ask him, like, do you want your name to be your real daddy last name? I really don't even think that should have been even a conversation, but just breaking the shit down, I would hope you asked him some shit, because what the fuck?
Seeing a number of people crash on online, and it's really weird to me because this has nothing to do with you. But yes, so many folks are like up in arms with the idea that Ciara changed Little Future or Future Jr.'s last name to Wilson, named after her husband, Russell Wilson, and also the man who adopted Future Jr. And instead of people celebrating that and being happy that this little boy has access to a positive male role model, people are placating like their Future. Mind you, Future is the man who signed his rights away, and he probably spends little to no time with Future Jr. Like, the man has like 30 kids. When do you ever see him with his kids? But I think part of this is because people had put Ciara in a box, and the fact that she found a relationship with a man who is not only a stand-up guy, but also someone who is supporting her and wanting to be and step in as a father figure to her child that she had with someone else, I think is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, especially those who like to demonize single mothers as if they got into this situation on their own.
Y'all got all this smoke for Russell Wilson, a real man, mind you, but not Future. The only reason why most of y'all are mad is because y'all don't know how to properly love a woman. You know why? Because you never saw a man love your mama. Some of y'all prayed for a stepfather like Russell Wilson. This is y'all's inner childhood triggered. It makes y'all sick to y'all's stomach when you all think that you have buried a woman. And I'm not talking about unaliving. What I'm talking about is that when you think that you have buried a woman emotionally, physically, you have broken her down to her core, but she rose up like a diamond in the rough, and she elevated and did better than you and got better than you. And you don't like it. Future is a dogmatic dog. He's out here just being a sperm donor. Ciara is getting the princess treatment and gave her children a real family. I don't blame Ciara for giving her son Russell Wilson's last name, because guess what? It's easy to lay down and get up, but he stepped in and is being the father that her child deserves. Y'all are starting to make me believe more and more that y'all want men.
I hate the most about Ciara, Russell Wilson, and Future conversations is the fact that people like to act like Ciara is not Ciara. The people that bring that drama to the TL or the FYP or whatever social media platform that you're on and just try to disparage Ciara specifically always try to say things like Ciara's ran through, like Ciara's just like some woman who like used to be hot or whatever. Her music wasn't even that good. Like, they always try to act like Ciara is not Ciara. A lot of people are too young to remember this. I'm almost 30. In 2004, Ciara releases an album called Goodies. That album goes on to be quadruple platinum certified. This is in 2004. This is before streaming. I'm talking about 4 million units sold. 4 million physical units sold. The only 2 men that Ciara has ever like publicly dated were also men that she had been engaged to. She was engaged to Bow Wow in the early 2000s, and they broke off the engagement in the mid 2000s, I think like 2007, 2006. And then she got with Future, and they were engaged, and she had the baby, right? She had baby Future. And then a couple months later, she ended the engagement. Why? Because allegedly he cheated. He denies those allegations, but like, and she was like, I was just tired of it. And we like had a child, and like that was a responsibility to me. And I wanted to be a responsible parent, and I didn't want to raise my kid in that sort of environment where I couldn't like provide that level of accountability and responsibility and like love and joy to them. So that's why I broke up the engagement. And then she meets Russell Wilson. And here's the thing about Russell Wilson. He knows who Ciara is. He treats Ciara like Ciara. Like, cause that's Ciara. Hello? Can't get up off of her. How many kids are gonna have? Damn.
So Ciara changed Lil Future's last name to Wilson. Now, I think she hyphenated it. I don't think she just all the way changed it to Wilson or whatever like that. However, I see an outrage online. People, man, that girl crazy. I wish my girl would. I wish my baby mama would do some crazy stuff like that. And like, some of y'all baby mamas need to do that. Because I see more of an outrage over this little boy getting his last name changed over Future not being there every day. Yeah, this just let me know that if y'all like a person, y'all let them do whatever. It don't matter about their integrity. It don't matter about their character or who they really are behind the scenes. If y'all like their movies, if y'all like their music, they can be. They don't care. You know, it's just like, that shit weird to me, and that shit dead to me, bro. That shit dead, bro. If Future was there every day, I don't think Ciara would even consider that. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, some of y'all baby mamas do need to change y'all kids' last name, because y'all don't be there.
Well, the fatherless baby daddy brigade are upset because Ciara and Russ announced that Baby Future's last name was not changed. They just added Wilson to his last name. And they said that that's also something that he wanted because Russ has been raising the boy since he was 1 years old, been in that boy's life. And all the fatherless baby daddies are like, Russell is out of pocket. Oh, he's so that he didn't have to do that. Why would he change his name? And it's like, you know, people have to do things like this when y'all don't marry y'all fucking baby mamas. When other men come into y'all's children's lives and assist or help or sometimes raise y'all mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like these are things that have to happen when the children don't share the same last name as the people who are taking care of them. If Russ goes to pick the kid up in school, you know what Russ has to do? Hell, I've been in this situation. When I come up to the school and I'm trying to check my oldest two out of school, my oldest two sons out of school or something like that, or I come up there because my wife is at work, they have their dad's last name. So even when I show ID, even when I show that I'm married to their mother, even when I had to fill out extra paperwork for the pickup people who are allowed to pick up the children, they're still looking at me like, why are we like, your last name isn't theirs. It's Parrish. Theirs is Ford. These are real life issues and things that happen when people have to take care of y'all's children because y'all create broken homes with these baby mamas that y'all create. If you don't want things like this ever happening because your pride and ego is so big, then guess what? Either get full custody of your kids or stop making broken homes and single parent households with y'all's children.
You're still pushing another man's legacy and seed, and it's sad.
So a few things. Do you know Future personally to be this upset for him? Also, what's wrong with taking care of another man's child? He's with the child's mother. He loves the child's mother. So I feel like he would be less of a man to love this child less because the child isn't his, because he loves the mom. And the child is just an extension of the mother and the woman that he's in love with. Also, what constitutes being ran through? I mean, I don't know much about like celebrity relationships, but I know that after Future, she was with Russell Wilson. So, I mean, how does that constitute being ran through? I'm not sure. I think, people can call Russell Wilson corny or whatever. He's not like the coolest guy in the world. But one of the coolest things that you could do for a person is to take care of them like they're your own and not love them less because they're not your blood. So for that, I think Russell Wilson might be one of the coolest guys in my book.
Man, Russell Wilson's a lame. He was a lame. Said to every man out there that doesn't take care of their own kids. And they want to put their own 2 cents onto a man that stepped up and basically raising his kid, with values and morals. Something that his own father couldn't do. Something that his father's out there just continue to have more and more kids and probably is not in their life. And honestly, if you're a guy that is bashing Russell Wilson for being a man, not just for his child that he's raising, but for his wife, it says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. And unfortunately, it says a lot about society because the comments that I see is a lot of these men out here talking about Russell Wilson's a lame, he's a loser, but never took into account of Future's lack of responsibility. And it's even more wild that a lot of these men out here that are bashing Russell Wilson for doing what he did, taking responsibility and stepping up, was 7 out of 10 statistically was raised by either a single mother or a stepfather. I just see a lot of projecting here. I see a lot of jealousy and I see a lot of, honestly, I just call it jealousy. The fact that a lot of you men out here can't take care of your own kids and you're upset that another man is taking care of your kids, or you see another man taking care of another man's biological kid and raising it as his own and instilling morals and values and showing them the proper way to be a man. It's insane. It's insane.
Man, shut your bitch ass up too. It's a lot of fatherless behavior going on the internet where First of all, y'all think that, just listening to the video, a lot of y'all think because a woman has a child, she should be punished for the rest of her life. That's what you think. You think that women should just not get married, be happy, live a successful life. Because that's how your whole video went. Was that, oh man, well, Future wore her out. Future had one child with that woman. While Future has multiple children and is not married at all. Like, he's created broken families, right? And at least Ciara said, listen, the next man I'm gonna marry, I'm gonna give him children. And, Future, being in that household, wants to feel a part of the family, is now given the last name Wilson, which is amazing. I applaud every decision that Ciara and Russell has made, especially for that child, to bring that child into the family, to make that child feel wanted within that family. And men who disagree with that are simply miserable. You're a miserable man. You're like, how dare Ciara be happy? How dare Russell be happy in his relationship with Ciara? Y'all use that word, the phrase ran through so much it doesn't make any sense. Ciara and Future dated. They were in a relationship. They were in a recognized relationship. So this idea of that, like, Ciara was just one of Future hoes and stuff like that, y'all watch Future crash out over Ciara, and y'all think that he thinks that she's just one of the hoes. He's not. She's not. She wasn't. And I'm glad that they're happy. They're the most unproblematic people on the internet.
Still pushing another man's legacy and seed, and it's sad.
That Ciara conversation is always going to be funny to me, always. Because you see when people say, oh, pick better, oh, you women need to pick better. When we do pick better, people get upset. It's because we don't pick struggle. When they say pick better, it's not that they want you to pick better, it's that they want you to pick struggle. And that's what everybody wanted Ciara to be. Everybody wanted Ciara to be another baby mum, but she's gone and picked better and become a wife. Now, it's like I noticed with the whole Ciara situation, everybody's always looking for some way to knock her down. It was like, oh, you've got with Future, he's treating you like crap, he's gonna make you another baby mum. Boom, she goes and gets married to Russell. Oh, Russell's soft, Russell's a simp. Boom, she's a wife and she's happy. Now, the whole complaint is that Russell went and put Future's, which is Ciara's son, as a Wilson for his last name, and everybody's shouting that it's disrespectful to Future. Future is disrespectful to Future. Are we all right? Are we actually all right here? Let me tell you something, one of the good things about what is going to come of this, yeah? Now that young man could never come on this internet and talk about the struggles of being in a single parent household because Ciara picked better, the same better that you lot told her it wasn't. He's now watched his mum be the fruitful wife that she deserved to be. The whole Future and Ciara thing was just a part of a side of her personality that she wanted to tap into. It was an ego feed. You know, there's many different layers to women. Like, we can be many different things, as you men will tell us. And you see, as much as she's that sweet, CC girl from ATL, there's also that inner bad bee, that inner, you know what I'm talking about. And sometimes there will be periods of our life that we will tap into that. And because she was tapping into that, she went and got a man that suited that agenda, if you know what I'm saying, that perspective. She's moved on. She's grown up. She's tapped into the new era of herself. And this new version of herself suits the man that she is with now. And you lot knew that. You knew he would treat her better. You knew she would become better. And that's why everybody tried to be like, oh, no, Russell is this, Russell is that. Every woman, when you grow up out of that bad bee phase and all of that, like, do what you need to do. But when you're ready to be a wife and ready to settle down and do better, always go for a Russell.
Now, I'm not one of them people that's going to call you corny and lame because I don't know your personality like that. But the way you behaving in the public eye due to Ciara, bruh, you're ruining your legacy. As a man, your masculinity is dwindling.
And this is a masterclass example of a man that hates women. Oh yeah, you can't convince me otherwise, buddy. You're telling me that you're mad at the man that created the nuclear family. But you're not mad at the man that ran off from creating the nuclear family. Ran off 7 times, 7 children, 7 single mothers, 7 broken homes. No smoke given for that. No accountability for that. But you're mad at the man that stepped up and stepped in. You're mad at the man that's going to be the reason why this young boy has a different outcome in life. When women say some of these men hate women, these are the type of men that they're talking about. We have men out here in society that hate women so much at the sight and the thought of seeing a woman being able to bounce back, seeing a woman be able to recover, and have a man step in and love her, marry her, and be a father to a child, and have additional the thought of a woman being able to recover, it really chaps at the behinds of some of y'all men. You can't convince me that this man don't hate women. Like, where are these men coming from? Like, I'm convinced that some of these men are creeping out of the pits of hell and putting their foot back on ground back here on earth. Go ahead and tell us the real reason why you mad, bruh.
You know why a lot of y'all hate Ciara? Because she got what y'all mothers didn't get. She got that man. She got a do-over. She got the happy home and the happy family. She got to raise her children in a 2-parent household. See, that is what y'all are mad about, because that got to be it. It doesn't make sense otherwise, because you substantive men love to tell women, choose better, pick better. And Ciara did exactly that, and you still have things to say about her. She changed her son's last name to Wilson. Why? Because Russell Wilson is the predominant father figure in his life. Russell Wilson has raised this boy since he was a baby, not Future. And they have said this without saying it for years. Ciara doesn't even speak on Future. You ask Ciara about Future, she either gonna make a face or give you the girl please look, or she's gonna completely move on to the next topic. And y'all still mad. And another reason y'all are mad is not just because your mothers didn't have what Ciara was able to get. It's also because you align so much with Future. Y'all are fuck niggas. And a lot of y'all will champion me anytime I'm holding a woman accountable. Y'all will sit there and like, protect this queen, and we love you, sis. But the moment I tell y'all to clean up y'all act, it's a problem. And I guarantee I'm going to see it in these comments. For those of you who are new here, I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances. And I have been doing so for close to a decade. What I have seen in my career over these past almost 10 years is men who have this strong disdain for women. See, social media will say they're gay. That's not what it is. Not mostly. Not mostly. It's one of 2 reasons. One of the reasons is they blame their mothers for their fathers leaving, right? They blame the present parent for raising them, and they do not put any accountability on the daddy for not sticking around. That's one. The second reason is their mothers blame them for the daddy leaving, because the daddy left when the mother got pregnant, and the mother feels like it's the son's fault. And that boy had to grow up with a mother that hated them. And in return, they hate women.
I feel like the Ciara and Russell Wilson conversation is just bringing out the men that aren't men. You're mad at a man for stepping up and choosing to be an actual father figure to a little boy that was not biologically his. Is doing a great job at being a father figure for this young man, because he chose to be with this young man's mother. And in Russell choosing to be with Ciara, her son came with her. So he chose to love the both of them. And y'all have a problem that he has shown up more than a million % for this little boy, to the point to where Ciara's like, I would like to add my husband's last name to my son's last name. Though this son is not biologically my husband's, he is his father. So I feel like he should have my husband, his father's last name. You men have a problem with that? That tells me that you know in your heart you could never be that type of man. Now, if that's something you're not willing to do, if you're not willing to date a woman with children, that's fine, that's your preference. But why are you talking down to Russell Wilson, talking about he's a simp, he's something, he's this, he's that? He chose to love Ciara, and in choosing to love Ciara, her son came along with that love. He chose to love the both of them. He chose to continue to recreate with Ciara and made a family, stepped up as a father to not only her child, but to the children they have together as a unit. So why are y'all mad about a decision a married couple made regarding their children? I'm confused.
Just to be clear, Future is the one that's ran through and old. Okay, got it? Future is the one that's ran through and old. Because, you know, he's the one with multiple kids and multiple baby mamas. Yeah, he is ran through. The definition of ran through and old, not Ciara. I know y'all are trying to call Ciara ran through and trying to count all the people that she's been in a relationship with over her lifespan. But no, if we compared how many girlfriends or partners they've had, Future is beating her by a country mile, and I do mean a long country mile. So just keep that in mind the next time you want to say something about Ciara. Thank you.
I had just seen this video of this guy who was so mad about Ciara changing her son's last name from Future's last name or whatever. I don't know the situation. I don't keep up with celebrities like that, but he's so mad about it. Mad to the point that you would think that that's his son. You would think that him and Ciara got a son together, or him and Ciara is going through it or something. This guy is so pissed off that Ciara went and did that. Do you know these people in real life? I'm so confused on why there's people so mad about what she decided to do with her kid. I'm not a lawyer, but I thought in a lot of states you need both parents' consent or whatever, or rights terminated and all that stuff in order to do that. Did y'all ever think that maybe Future doesn't want anything to do with that child? I'm just lost. I'm confused at this whole people so pissed off at Ciara for what she did. Like, I don't know these people, and you probably don't know these people. So why are you so mad? I thought that this man had a kid with her. He's on the internet so pissed that she did that. Bye. Good.
Now, mind y'all, according to Ciara, Russell has been more of a dad to baby Future than Future ever has been. Yet somehow y'all still think she's wrong for changing her son's last name. Because I'm pretty sure we all can agree that ever since we seen Russell and Ciara like get together from jump, he's been more of a man than Future ever has been. And hasn't let up yet. I'm not gonna lie, they're married, have multiple other kids together. And Russell has been raising that little boy since he was a little boy, literally. Mind you, not everything is for the internet, but I don't see Future being a dad to him. And keep in mind that Future signed off on this, so let that sink in. And then you gotta keep in mind that I don't even think that they took away his last name from Future. I think that they just added on Wilson. Because he was the only one in the house out of what, 6, 7 people that didn't have the Wilson last name. And if Russell Wilson has been anything to that little boy, it was a dad. He's been a dad since day one. Like, people are really bashing Ciara, saying that how could you take away the fact that he was a junior? Can't force him to be his dad. At the end of the day, Future is his real biological dad. So he should have his last name, and how could you make a decision like this on your own? Yada 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 yada. I'm not gonna lie, again, if Future was on the birth certificate, which I'm sure he was, if he was a present active dad, he would have had to sign off on him getting his last name changed. And I don't even think that she changed his last name. I think that she just added Wilson, which rightfully so. I mean, he's going to be in his family forever. That's going to be his stepdad probably forever. Pretty sure if you ask Lil Future who your daddy is, he ain't saying Future. He gonna say Russell Wilson. At the end of the day, y'all need to stop riding for a 50-year-old man who don't even ride for his son the way that y'all riding for him. Thank you.
Men hate Ciara because Ciara was supposed to just be a baby mother. She was supposed to just stay there. She was never supposed to elevate. She was never supposed to get married. She was never supposed to do any of the things that they saw her do. Men are very triggered by women who learn from their decisions and then go on to make better decisions. They are very triggered by that. When they actually get more excitement out of a woman making the same mistakes because it reinforces what they hear online. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop. Don't keep being silly because the men are watching you be silly and they enjoying it. The last thing they want is for you to get out the loop and make a better decision. That's why they hate Ciara so much. Ciara was supposed to stay Future baby mama. She was never supposed to be nobody's wife. She was never supposed to get a man better than Future. She was always supposed to look like, feel like, struggle. She was never supposed to do that in their mind. And the fact that she did, and it doesn't add up to the narrative up here, they can't take it. They can't take it.
So Ciara has all the deadbeat baby daddies in the uproar again. She changed baby Future's last name to Wilson. And you have people like Joe Budden on this podcast saying that she's basically destroyed the chance for baby Future to change the family's legacy. But mind you, Big Future isn't doing much of anything to have changed that legacy. That is all coming from Russell Wilson. So you want the credit for something that another man's done,
But because he's your sperm, you think you're entitled to keeping that legacy? I don't know. To me, if deadbeats care that much about their legacy and changing their family legacy, then they would be more involved in their kids' lives. But to say that it's a power trip on Ciara's part and Russell Wilson's part is crazy. See, to me, the power trip would come more from the deadbeat because you want to reap the benefits of another man's work. Boy, I tell you one thing. When it comes to these men and these kids and the way these men act on these podcasts, it makes me feel like, do y'all really want Future? Because y'all are so pressed with the way this woman has moved on, that baby Future has moved on, how this child has a great life, and the fact that Russell Wilson is a stand-up guy. I don't get what's to be upset for. Why are you mad? Because it's knocking at your front door, right? We got to do better as a community. We have to do better because at the end of the day, this is just too much. It's entirely too much. It's too much. Let it go. If you want that legacy, you want credit for that legacy, do the work. Okay?
Y'all not gonna like what I'm finna say, but somebody gotta say it. Ciara really be giving pick-me behavior. Y'all just give her grace because she talked to somebody with some money. Now I get Russell Wilson do his thing, his stepdad. Ain't nobody taking that from him. But for you to change Future's son last name to Wilson, come on, bro. You trying a little bit too hard. I don't care if my ex get married. I don't care if she find a man of her dreams. Don't ever change my child last name all to fit your little fairy tale fantasy that you got going on. Sometimes we got to realize we made decisions in our life that we can't undo. We can't undo. You cannot magically make that little boy Russell Wilson. It don't matter how many times you change his name. The bigger question is, what if her and Russell Wilson get a divorce? What if they get a divorce? Now you done changed this little boy last name. Now he gonna have the name of a man you divorced from that don't even share the same blood as him. That's on y'all if y'all agree with that shit, man. But I'm not big on playing with bloodlines and legacies. I'm not. You change my child last name, bruh, they can't get nothing attached to my name. You made your decision, man, and you gonna have to stick with it, bruh. Hate it or love it.
Now, I'm really starting to wonder to myself, is it true that a lot of women say that men do not like women, they hate us? Because when you look at this Ciara and Russell Wilson situation where she changed baby Future's last name to Wilson. And mind you, she had to get permission from Future to do this. If I'm not mistaken, she just couldn't do this without his consent. All these men are mad. You had a man he made a think piece about this. He made a think piece about this, saying that Ciara didn't have no choice. She was washed up and that she had to do it. She got to do whatever he say. In other words, it's like men don't want to see women win. You know what I'm saying? I felt good this morning. I feel good all the time. And my boys are not with me at the shop, they'll say something like this: big man must be off. Their daddy must be off today. Yeah, because they know if my husband is off, he's with the kids. The boys are with him. And if I had met my husband sooner in life, guess what? My oldest son would have bared his last name too. Why not? Because the daddy wasn't here no nothing. He wasn't there. I saw a girl crashing out the other day on here crying, say she was ready to give up because she's a single mom with 2 kids, and said baby daddy don't even want to keep the kids. She have to figure everything out. She said if she died, she didn't want nobody at the funeral. She said cremate her because she was so upset. I'm gonna tag this video so y'all can see it. But I'm starting to think that men do not generally like to see women winning. You know what I'm saying? That's a win. Ciara is winning big time because she has a man that stepped in and did what his daddy didn't do. What's wrong with that? What is so wrong with a man coming and stepping in and then getting that child to get his last name? I don't see nothing wrong with it because he's doing the part. He's there. He's doing the part.
Okay, we've seen what exactly people had to say about the whole issue. We've seen what the guy that was really like livid that Ciara dared to add Wilson to Future Junior's theme. I tried to get the original video. I don't know. I'll still search for it. If I can put it up, I'll put it up. But I just saw clips on it on other people's video, people that were stitching it and were talking about it. But I've tried to check his page to see the full video. If I can find it, I will put it up. I would love to hear what you think about the whole situation. Do you think that people calling out Ciara are right to do so? Do you think that Ciara and Russell Wilson did the right thing by adding Wilson to Future Junior's name? I would love to hear your own thoughts, so please leave your comment in the comment section. Now, personally, when I saw the addition, I was like, oh, that's nice. And hearing the backstory of how Russell Wilson actually met Future Junior when he was a few months old and has been in his life since he was practically a baby, I don't think it's a wrong thing for him to do. I felt it was a nice thing because definitely they have like 4 children or 3 children after Future Junior, and they are looking for the 5th, whatever. They have a lot of children and all of them are bearing Wilson, and the boy has been with Russell and Ciara since he was born. Future is not really in his life, so I think they just practically did it so that he will not feel left out. And I'm so surprised that people are attacking Russell for stepping up. Like, the person that's supposed to be the father did not step up. He practically is a deadbeat father, and he has several children with other baby mamas, and you people are attacking the guy that stepped up. I don't know. Some people have said that a lot of people that are attacking Russell is because they never had someone like Russell in their lives when they were growing up, and they are offended that Ciara saw someone like Russell, and it's just triggering them. And I'm like, are you people okay? You are not attacking the deadbeat father, you're attacking the person that stepped up. It doesn't make sense. Practically, it doesn't make sense. Now, the guy saying Ciara is old and everything, I thought Future is older than her. So Ciara is old, but Future is not old. It doesn't make sense. Ciara is doing something right. She has a partner who has created a happy childhood for all our children, and is a problem. Why is it a problem? Did you expect her to continue to be a baby mama? I think for those offended, it's maybe coming from a place of jealousy, or the fact that she did not follow the norm. She was supposed to go from Future to another deadbeat person, and continue to have children and be with shady people. So now that she ended up with Russell Wilson and they have seemingly been happy for a long time, it is not fitting the narrative of what she was supposed to be, or the life that she was supposed to have as a black woman. Because why are you so angry that she has a good husband? From what we see, she has a good husband. Why are you angry that the husband is stepping up to take care of another person's kid? I thought you always said that single mothers will never find a good father or good husband, for they will always be used good. And now somebody saw her when she had just even given birth some months ago, and has been in her life since, married her, has had children with her, probably has assets for even Future Junior. And you people are angry because he wanted to give his name to another man's son, and you are acting like they stole your sweet. Honestly, I don't understand. It's just baffling. Like, the person that they're supposed to attack, they didn't attack, but the person that they're not supposed to attack because they don't fit the narrative. It's saddening. It's just annoying, in my own opinion, because I just feel like it's just a case of misplaced anger, because it doesn't make any logical sense for people to be angry at Ciara and Russell. But that's my own thought. I would love to hear what you think about the whole situation and people bashing Ciara and Russell Wilson about adding Wilson to the name of Future Junior. I would love to hear your own thoughts. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.